What's up, Saints? Figured I'd take a moment to share my testimony. I was once told that one of the smallest seeds is a mustard seed. That if you can plant faith the size of a mustard seed, you can watch it grow. You can watch it grow into something big. Never really understood that. So I got to thinking about my mustard seed. And I'd have to say that it started back when I was 18. I was an overnight stalker at Walmart. First paycheck, got paid every 2 weeks. And sitting there on my break, I was divvying up my money, figuring out what had to go to bills, and putting money aside for gas to get me back and forth to work for the next 2 weeks. And I was left with $1.25. My stomach was rumbling. So I'm like, well, man. Back then they had Sam's Choice, the drinks, 25 cents. I was like, man, I'll give me a 25-cent Dr. Thunder. I'll give me a 75-cent pack of crackers. And I'll leave me a quarter to get another drink, towards the end of my shift. So I put that dollar in the vending machine, punching the numbers for the crackers. I got a bag of pork rinds, salt and vinegar pork rinds. They were brims. I was hungry, so I'm gonna eat that. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating my bag of brimmed salt and vinegar pork rinds, and I flip it over, and didn't have a cell phone back then, so flip it over, and on the back printed was John 3:16. And at that point I don't believe I'd ever picked up a Bible. I had no interest. I believed, but that was it. I believed you did right by others, and the rest would just fall into place. Well, it was John 3:16. I read it one time. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. And I only read it that one time, and it never left me. I didn't understand it. I didn't really think nothing about it, but it was always there in the back of my mind. So I think that on that day is where my mustard seed was planted. Well, fast forward many, many years, I met my wife. When we were dating, she would invite me to these prayer meetings, and I'd go with it. Just be supportive, just spend time with her. And honestly, I couldn't tell you what a single one was about. I would just be a body in the crowd, just in my own little world. I'm thinking about life and what I'm gonna do afterwards, and work, and wherever my mind could take me, I was there. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I just felt like I was on fire. It was hot. I started shaking, and it hit me off guard. I'm like, what's going on? And all of a sudden I started crying. And I don't cry. I didn't cry when my mama died. I was raised that little boys don't cry. And I started crying. I felt an overwhelming shame for every time that I had taken the Lord's name in vain. And never before had I ever really thought about it. It was a cuss word to, lack of better words. It just was the first thing that would fire off when something had me upset or something went wrong. I just felt an overwhelming shame for every time. I was crying, bawling. I didn't know what was going on, didn't know what to do. I stood up, everybody's looking at me. I just walked to the front. I don't don't think I said anything. But on that day, I made the best decision of my life. I gave my life to Jesus. And I think that day was the first time that seed of faith sprouted through the dirt that was my life. I had made many bad decisions. I had made lots and lots of mistakes. I had been selfish. I was still an alcoholic. Drank every day. Drank like a fish. And didn't feel guilty about it. I didn't think I had a problem. I was like, well, I hadn't hit rock bottom. I don't have any DUIs. I haven't lost anything. I don't have a problem. I go to work every day. Well, it took a couple more years, but I'm starting to realize that my relationship with Jesus is more important than being saved. That getting to know Him is allowing Him to get to know me. Even though He knows everything about me, He knows everything I've done, He knows everything I will do. Only He knows what my future holds. But just me reaching out to Him is what it's all about, saints. And I urge you to build your relationship. Spread His word. Share your testimony with others. You don't know what kind of seed you can sow, what kind of faith you can plant into somebody. You might never know, because God uses us to help others. So I urge you, to any opportunity you can, any way you can, please spread His word. God bless you, saints.